Can I say vice versa in this case?
Vice versa?
Instead of the other way around.
Yeah, you said do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, or vice, or is it the other way around, or vice versa? Like you can say vice versa, or the other way around. So technology. This was the big question that we had at the beginning: the automation dependence of technology. Do you think dependence on technology is a good thing? Kay believes it's a good thing. It's positive. So it's. You think it's a positive development? She believes it's a positive development. It's a positive development.
But,
Or it's a useful development.
but you need to know the limit because
Okay, so you need to know the limit. He believes there should be a limit. A limit. There should be a limit. There should be a limit to what? Limit to our dependence? There should be a limit to our dependence on technology, right? So we should maintain a degree of independence, right? So Javi believes that we should maintain a degree of independence. To maintain a degree or some level of independence, right? We should maintain a degree of or some level of independence, right? From technology. We should not, you mean maybe we should not get addicted to technology. So addiction to technology is bad. Addiction to technology. So you would argue, Javi, that addiction to technology is bad,
because
but reliance on it. But is it okay to depend upon it,
yeah,
but not be addicted to it?
no, it,
Okay. So there's a line, there's a difference between depending on somebody or something and getting addicted to that person.
because they don't let us to think ourselves.
Okay.
Like
So you're saying that it's bad for our minds. For example, let me ask you something. Have calculators, because thanks to calculators, a lot of engineers cannot do simple calculations, right? Is that correct?
yeah,
Simple mathematical operations have become such a hard job for many tech-savvy people, thanks to calculators. Because you lose practice, you lose touch. So calculators, as a good example, thanks to the calculators, a lot of people now cannot do simple mathematical operations because they're simply out of practice. We're out of practice. We're out of practice. If you say I'm out of practice, and I'm totally dependent upon, out of practice is good. For example, if you're a pianist or pianist, and then you don't practice for maybe a month, and somebody asks you to perform a hard piece, you may say, I'm out of practice, I'm sorry. So, out of practice is a little different from out of touch. You know out of touch? I'm sure Chris knows. Politicians who are out of touch. Politicians who are out of touch, or you can say out of touch or detached from their people, their public, their constituency, their base, the voters. So you know out of practice, we have in practice and out of practice. You're quite in practice, man, you're practicing every day. But out of practice, look, sorry, I can't do that, I'm out of practice. I haven't practiced in 2 months. You want to play the pool, play pool, and say, hey, I haven't played in 3 months, so I'm out of practice now. Out of practice, but let's see. You need to warm up a little bit and remember your skills. So you know to warm up. So calculators, thanks to calculators, and this dependence on calculators, Hobby believes that technology at times makes us lazy maybe, and also makes our minds also lazy. Our minds will not be as active, so makes us lazy, or has made us lazy. Yeah? What do you think? This is also less active. Less active. Our minds are less prepared because of, so more harm than good or more good than harm? Calculators.
More good than harm.
More good than harm. Why? They have, calculators have, what have they done? Calculators have what? Facilitated what? Calculation. Facilitate means to make easy, right?
Save time.
Self-reliance.
And save time.
Hmm?
Save time because it's out.
They save time. Good. So technology, that was a good one. Saves time sometimes. Saves time. Technology, one of the major pluses about technology that we need to keep in mind is technology saves time. Saves time. Technology also helps us save time. So it's a very time, yeah. But it doesn't save jobs. Does technology save jobs?
What?
It saves time, but destroys jobs. Especially manual labor. Manual labor.
Yeah.
You need to know. Labor, American English, O-U-R would be British or Canadian. So technology, a lot of jobs are destroyed thanks to technology. A lot of jobs are totally gone, vanished. You know, vanished, disappeared. Jobs have disappeared or vanished. Jobs have vanished or disappeared. So a lot of jobs have vanished or disappeared thanks to technology. Automation. People replaced with machines. Yeah? We talked about it. People replaced with machines. Do you think using cell phones is bad for mental, physical, and physical health? Hobby.
Because air waves.
So Hobby says yes. Cell phones are bad for mental and physical health. How about physical, so mental and physical health? So, because of what? You get,
You get cancer.
cancer?
Yeah, because.
So some people
because
believe
of
that you get cancer
airways.
because of the waves, airwaves. Do you agree with that? Do you think they are very detrimental? We have detrimental airwaves, detrimental, yes? Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Money.
Students?
No?
Yeah, we got a ghost there.
Who's that?
It's a ghost from Korea.
What's that? Oh, student? Oh, she's not here.
Yes, she is.
Where is
It's just a ghost. It's a Korean ghost.
she? Is she here? I got the agent on the line.
Oh, really? Sorry, it's the wrong day to tell.
Yeah, no.
No.
She never showed up.
Never showed up.
Korean. Who?
Right.
No, never
No.
showed up.
We don't know.
Wrong day to joke around with Darby.
Isn't it right?
Korean girl.
Done.
Do I know her?
Hmm?
Korean girl.
No, there was somebody who was supposed to show up today, but it's the wrong day to joke around with Darby because as of next week, you guys will have a ghost teacher.
Ah.
Okay, me.
So airwaves. We have airwaves. What else? So some people believe that they are detrimental to our health. To our health. Please learn the word detrimental. I'm writing it twice. Mental. So detrimental means harmful. Harmful. Injurious.
Harmful.
So harmful. If something is detrimental, it's a detriment to, or detrimental to our health. Means harmful for harmful to or for harmful for us.
I think.
Do they harm us? Do they harm us? I won't harm you, don't be afraid. I won't harm you. The hostage takers didn't harm the hostages, right? The hostage takers did not harm any of the hostages. None of the hostages was harmed.
Harm is verb.
Yes, harm is both verb and noun, right?
Okay.
Noun and verb. No harm. Come on, give him a call. There's no harm. There's no harm. Why don't you call him? You won't lose anything. There's no harm. So, has technology done more harm than good? Or more good than harm? Is it detrimental? So, Tui, do you think mobile phones are detrimental for our health? The waves, those bad waves, negative, yeah, and cancerous?
I think.
Javi believes they're cancerous. Cancerous. They cause cancer. They cause cancer.
Isn't it called
Cancerogenic?
Cancerogenic, yeah.
Cancerogenic are substances that would help you cause cancer. For example, some plastic would be a carcinogen. So carcinogenic are the things that cause cancer. But if something like a mobile phone, some people say they believe that these airwaves and all that could cause cancer. So whether an airwave is a carcinogen or not is just subject to
But
scientific debate.
Yeah,
Okay, so there is no difference between
There is a
cancerous
difference.
or carcinogenic.
Yes, there's a difference. Actually, basically, carcinogenic is anything that causes cancer. It's carcinogenic. But speaking of carcinogens, the first thing that you think of, as a general user at least, is those elements in food or in plastic or the things that you breathe. These are carcinogens that cause cancer. They go inside your body, cause the mutation of genes. You know, genetic mutation? Genetic mutation. Mutation of genes. What is genetic mutation? Changing of the genes. Mutation is, you know what, our genes cancer is a result of mutation of the genes. Because the genes, you know, our genes divide all the time, our cells divide all the time. So sometimes the genes mutate, they change their form, the DNA, RNA, things like that change inside our cells, and that causes cancerous cells to start. Now, we have talked about cancer, whether carcinogens, and since I'm using the word carcinogens, let me write it. Carcinogens are the substances that cause cancer, carcinogen. Anything that is like Genesis, so carcinogen and carcinogenic. Carcinogenic. It causes cancer. So what you can say mobiles are carcinogenic, but usually it's used for food, for the things like that we breathe, the chemicals, they're carcinogenic. The waves, plastic, that's a carcinogen. But the waves, I don't know. So anyways, there's this issue surrounding the how healthy it is to use mobiles, whether or not they are detrimental to our health. So some people believe yes. They have adverse effects. Remember adverse effects?
Adverse, yeah.
So adverse effects. Yes, they harm us. They can be very harmful. They can be very harmful. Adverse effects. They can have very adverse effects. How do you think face-to-face communication differs from communication using computers? First of all, that's one of the things. Face-to-face communication versus face-to-face communication, or using computers and emails. Computers, email, and social networks, such as Facebook.
You miss an E at the end of adverse. Adverse effects. Adverse
Effects.
E at the
No,
end
it's
of
only-
adverse.
Adverse as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Adverse effects. That's exactly what I want to hear. So adverse effects. E was missing, guys. Correct.
Face-to-face communication. Computers, emails, social networks.
Adverse effects.
But social
Adverse.
network is different networking.
That's
Or
Social. Yeah, we have social
Social.
networks and social networking.
networking.
Networking is the act of working with
Me-
social networks, but social networks are like what?
Yeah. I know.
Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah.
So on and so forth. MySpace,
Google
and all
Plus.
that. Google Plus and all that, right? So let's see computers and how. Speaking of face-to-face communication, first, which one is better, and which one do you prefer? Face-to-face communication or
Now face-to-face is the same like Skype. It's the same.
is the same?
Yeah.
So now, thanks to Skype. So to Hobby, Skype is the same as face-to-face communication. Only better, huh?
Yeah, you can do interviews face-to-face.
So for Hobby, he says it's all the same. They're all the same. Or something, they're the same. So he's talking about Skype. Skype
Skyping.
and or Skyping and face-to-face are, so some people say face-to-face are the same. Tui, are they the same? So someone else says no. She couldn't be heard, but I could see her. So she's saying no. And why not?
This is feeling.
You kind of feel like what? It's Hobby, sitting in his home, fighting with his roommate, and now she wants to talk to you. He actually wants to talk to you, not the girl. He wants to talk to Tui and say, hey, look, Tui, she is what? This girl is so nice. And I'm having a conversation with her.
Like when face to face, I can see in the eye and feel. Like,
You can still look him in the eye,
no,
so
it's
he's there.
different because when you look at the
Screen?
screen is different.
So the screen is different for her. That doesn't feel the same.
You need glasses.
You need glasses.
No, it's not.
Maybe 3D, you can see him 3D instead of like three-dimensional. So, like some three-dimensional ghost like Tui.
Because
It's
when
me,
I
Hobby.
talk with my friends at home, Skype, it's still different when I talk with her face to face.
So she believes that it's different. He believes it's all the same. She believes that it doesn't feel real. She says it doesn't feel real, right?
But I have no
It
choice.
doesn't
We
feel real. Guys, do you know, we say necessity is the mother of invention. Have you heard that? Necessity is the mother of invention. Have you heard this? Necessity is the mother of invention? So necessity, what is necessity? Is it 1C? Is it okay?
but it rather than nothing. Because at least I can talk with my friend. We are in different hemisphere.
So necessity, that basically means that when something is necessary, people think about it and they start inventing things, right? So when there are a lot of people out there, so there are so many homes, and the homes are distant, so we need better ways of transportation. So people start thinking, okay, we need something new. Now in this busy world, where everybody has to work 2 or 3 jobs sometimes, and it's hard to find people have no time. Availability is an issue. People are not available. People are not available. What happens? Then we have these social networks.
Do you think if you have an interview but through Skype, it can make you less stressful?
Yeah,
Available
the same.
and availability. So
You can see the same.
You don't feel
If
much
you-
pressure from the interviewer.
No,
Interview?
you have less pressure.
he has less pressure in an interview via Skype. So if you say via Skype
Yeah.
would mean like by Skype, through Skype. So you can say via instead of through or by. So you can say through, by, or via. You can contact me via email, means by email. Via email means by email, using it. Okay, let's take a break.
In marketing,